Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so please open your workbooks to handout 28A and have a pencil ready so that you can check off some of these because some of them you already have done. So I'm looking at the reading comprehension section. I explain one important belief or value that Chief Joseph and Sound of Running Feet share in the novel Thunder Rolling in the Mountains. So if you are doing the 4, then you'll have the first one and the second one, because the first one says a belief or value that they share, and the second one says an important way in which the character's beliefs or values differ. So if you're doing the 4, you should be able to check off those first 2 boxes. If you're doing the 3, you're going to check off one of them. Which one did you do? Did you do the first one, an important belief or value that they share, or did you do an important belief or value that differ? Then the third bullet there says, I explain how these similar and different beliefs or values guide each character's actions in the novel. We should all be able to check this off. We did explain how their beliefs and values guide their choices. So you should be able to give yourself a plus or a check mark. Structure. I respond to all parts of the prompt. So did you do evidence and elaboration where you explained how their beliefs and values are the same or how they're different? I focus on my topic throughout the piece. Well, you haven't written it yet. I introduce the topic clearly in my introduction paragraph and provide necessary background and context. In that space, I'm going to write HIT. That's your hit paragraph where you give a hook, you introduce. That's the necessary background and context, and then you have your thesis. I organize my ideas into supporting paragraphs, one to develop a comparison and one to develop a contrast. That's your body paragraphs. Do you have your body paragraphs? I'm writing body paragraphs. My conclusion paragraph. So once you're finished, you'll check these off. You have your introduction paragraph, your body paragraph, and your conclusion paragraph. Turn the page. This is a long checklist. I use transition words and repeated words to link ideas within and between paragraphs. So, do you use transition words? Did you use those citing phrases and elaboration phrases that I provided for you in your yellow packet? I'm going to write yellow packet. Did I use them? Some of you did. Most of you did. Okay, I'm under development. My thesis states a key similarity, and then it says and / or a key difference between the character's beliefs and values. That's the T in your hit paragraph. So I wrote hit and then I circled the T. Do you have your T? I developed my thesis with evidence from Thunder Rolling in the Mountains of the characters' shared and differing beliefs and values. Do you have evidence? I elaborate. Underline elaborate. I elaborate upon evidence by explaining how it shows a similarity or difference between the character's beliefs or values, how these beliefs or values guide the character's actions in the novel. Do you have your elaboration? Last is the transitions. I use transitions to compare and contrast ideas. Transitions. Now I'm at style. I use a variety of sentences. Simple, compound, complex. I use vocab words that are specific and appropriate to the content. If you actually cited evidence, you should have really good vocabulary. My writing style is appropriate for the audience. Your writing style should be inform. You are writing an informative comparison contrast essay. It shouldn't be funny. It shouldn't be scary. It shouldn't sound like a commercial. It's informational. Last part is conventions. I use correct spelling, punctuation, and capitalization. I use correct underlining, quotation marks, or italics to indicate the titles of the work. So whenever you use Thunder Rolling in the Mountains, that's the title of a book, friends. So it should be underlined. So I wrote that in that space, Thunder Rolling in the Mountains, and I underlined it to remind myself. So if you use the title of the book in the essay, it better be underlined. And you've got quotation marks around anywhere that you cited evidence, because you should have 2 quotes, hopefully. That's your checklist. So use this when you're finished. When you write your whole essay, go through it and check off the rest of these to make sure that you did them all. If you can't give yourself a check mark, then go back and fix it so that you can give yourself a check mark. All right. I'm so proud of you guys. This is going to be amazing. I can't wait to read them all.